Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. Breaking news. Federal government petitions CNN over Lekki shooting. Hey, Nigerian government, they are flexing their muscles, trying to tell the world that we did not do anything. We don't know what CNN is talking about. CNN has put us in a bad light before the world, and so they have to answer. They have to answer to what they have said. We didn't do anything. Anyway, my people, the federal government of Nigeria is suing CNN, is petitioning them over the analysis. I mean, the analysis was so glaring, even the blind can see that Nigerian government indeed, everybody have seen it, and they are saying this government, they are killer government. They are so afraid, they are doing everything humanly possible to try and make this go away. But I'm sorry, it cannot go away. You have to answer to the tune of the music that you have set in, all that you did during NSAS, how you sent, army into peaceful protesters has to come out. You have to let the world know your activities, what you guys did is all coming out. You cannot hide anymore. The days of hiding these things are over. Nigerians are watching. The whole world is watching. Let's get straight into the news and get all the details. Breaking news. Federal government petitions CNN over Lekki shooting. The federal government has formally petitioned CNN over the airing of the Lekki toll gate shooting of NSAS protesters, titled "How a Bloody Night of Bullets Quoted a Young Protest Movement," and aired on November the 18th, 2020. Minister of Information Alhaji Lai Mohammed, in a letter addressed to CNN Vice President on Communication, Mr. Jonathan Hawkins, on November the 23rd, 2020, described the report as blatantly irresponsible and a poor piece of journalism work by a reputable international news organization. He also protested that the report did not just fall short of journalist standard, but reinforced the disinformation of being padded around on the issue. Mohammed described as inexcusable and defamatory of CNN failure to live up to its principle of journalism on balance and fairness by rushing on air the story without presenting the federal government their own side of the story, the side of the federal government. They just took one side to the side of the protesters. The federal government also cited another breach by the Atlantic Georgia-based network in its investigation by relying on unverified footage, which it sourced from social media, while it has no report on the ground on the Lekki toll gate on the night of the incident. They have no one there to report. In airing an investigative report, CNN convincingly forgot that on October 23rd, 2020, it emerged that the military killed 38 people when it opened fire on peaceful protesters on Tuesday of October the 20th, 2020, almost a month later. The same CNN, after a supposedly executive investigation, is now reporting that only one died from what the world was made to believe was a massacre. Is CNN not embarrassed by the shape climbed down? Has CNN owned up to this and apologized for its flaws in the news they reported? It is also interesting that while CNN obtained footage showing when the vehicle carrying soldiers left their barracks and arrived at the Lekki toll gate, it could not obtain any footage showing the bodies of those supposedly killed in the massacre aftermath. Forensic basic experts will most likely testify that firing military grenade weapon into the crowd will not leave anyone needing a microscope to look for blood or bodies at the scene, Mohammed said. The federal government subsequently demanded an immediate retract from CNN, asking for an execution of the investigation into the investigative report on the Lekki tollgate incident to determine, among others, its authenticity and meet the basic standard of journalism in addition to the selective use of unverified social media videos to manipulate public opinion on the country, Nigeria. We are a decent people and we need CNN to apologize. Well, my people, that is your very own Lai Mohammed. We are just talking about the man. It's as if he was hearing us, and straight away, federal government has petitioned CNN over Lekki that they gave fake news. They should apologize, and telling them that they got this result on verified sources, that CNN should be ashamed of themselves. They should apologize, blah, blah, blah. Well, my people, this is what is going on currently in your country. This is where we are seeing that the government of the day are trying so hard to cover their track. Whether you like it or not, something happened at the Lekki toll gate. All this we are talking about is just manipulation of the human mind, trying to make people feel that nothing happened. We all know beyond all reasonable doubt that something happened that very night, that lives were lost, and Nigerian government is trying to very hard to make us believe that nothing happened. It's a very sad occurrence, and it's a shame that Nigerian government up until now are still standing by the track, lying to the world that nothing happened, when we know very well this country that they would have picked up those very bodies and tried to manipulate it and tell you that nothing happened, so that you feel that who believes Nigerian government anyway? They know that the world, the whole thing is not open for the world to see exactly what happened. Hence, they are very scared and worried, especially with the UK sanction coming on them. You see, these are some of the things that this country do, and they get away with it. Nobody answering, nobody verifying. Do you know how many people's children they've killed? Did you hear of a father today that his son was shot and he was crying uncontrollably? Who killed the son? A soldier, Nigerian soldier. Yes, so my people, is a Nigerian soldier. These are some of the things that happen on check, and guess what? Nobody will pay for it. What about the vendor, the guy who was just selling newspaper, who was killed by someone from Mila's convoy? Have you heard anything again? That's how it goes, my brothers, my sisters. Is it not Nigeria? The country, my dear, is a scam. They are just deceiving us, trying to make us feel like nothing happened, when they know very well all that happened. But guess what? A day is coming, they will all pay for all these things that they are doing. They think that they can just go scot-free, nobody will answer. Those days and those times are over. Those days and those times are fast becoming over. You cannot continue with evil proceedings and expect that nobody will speak. In fact, those times that people keep quiet and allow you to just carry on with your manipulation are almost over. We cannot continue like that. Nigerians, it is time to rise up and say the truth. Before they will do these things and get away with it, nobody will say anything. It's no longer business as usual. The whole world is watching. And guess what? If Nigerian government continue on this track, I believe that CNN will go ahead and produce a footage, satellite imagery of what really happened. Leave us a comment. God bless you. Bye for now.